The NFL, as of last night, probably Miami, Philly, get to that in a second. This is the start of the honesty season. The star quarterbacks, the deeper teams, the better teams, physicality-wise, often the better coaches separate. It's over for the posers. It's like dating. You go 4 or 5 dates, she thinks the world of you, you're really cute and charming, and then she realizes by the 5th date, you're telling the same 4 stories, the same 3 jokes, right? Like, reality, she's not interested. You're getting very small sample sizes early in the season with ideal weather. I'll take an example would be Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield in the first 4 weeks was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL on third down. He had a 140 passer rating. He had 5 touchdowns, no picks. Small sample size. Last 3 weeks, no touchdowns on third down. 50% completion rate. Passer rating 70. Not picking on Baker. Now we get the truth. Now the posers. Now the warm weather quarterbacks. Now it gets cold and windy. It's harder. People have more film on Baker with the Bucs and Jordan Love with the Packers and Desmond Ridder with Atlanta. Now you're going to start to see the truth. Last night's a great example. The star quarterback with the star receiver, the emerging star tight end, the better O-line, the deeper roster, move the ball up and down the field. Shouldn't have been that close. Tampa had one good drive. Best throw of the night was probably their Hail Mary. And that's what it was. Buffalo should have won by more. So Buffalo, for all their issues, is not a poser. They're disappointing. They're underachieving. But that's a big-time roster. Edge rushers, star receiver, star quarterback. O-line's actually better than it's been in previous years. Star safety. They're good players. Tampa, who we kidding? For about an hour, they led the division. So I think you're going to see it. It started with the Bucs last night. Watch the Rams and the Cowboys. The Rams been fooling people. A little bit of a poser. You're going to see Dallas hammer them this weekend. You know, the Jets and Zach Wilson, they've been feisty. The Arizona Cardinals, they're a tough out. I believe last night is the second game of the honesty season. I think it started last weekend when Miami faced Philadelphia. And Miami's that warm weather team. We called them the fake Gucci loafers. They leased the speedboat, tell her it's hers, theirs, it's mine, own it. No, you don't. And all of a sudden you looked at Miami. They had one good drive in that entire game against the Eagles. The Bucs had one good drive against the Bills. Now, I think Miami's more real. Miami can be a playoff team, but Philadelphia's built November, December, January, February football. Buffalo is built November, December, January football. They may not beat the Chiefs, but they're built for it. Cold weather team, strong arm, big quarterback, good edge rusher, playoff experience, deep roster. Buffalo's built for this. Tampa, it was a good story, but it's not a good team. Started with the Eagles-Dolphins. That was the beginning of the honest season. Posers, move aside. And last night, the baton from the Eagles-Dolphins. The nice stories will go away, and the nice teams and rosters will surge. They deserve credit for early season success. The trade deadline now, again, is Tuesday. So if you're Tampa now, and you know reality, one good drive against Buffalo. We got Baker, they got Josh Allen. Like, what do? You start moving pieces. So watch a team like Tampa start moving a piece or two. Tennessee's already in. Tennessee's already moving people. Tennessee's already acknowledged we're not going anywhere in the AFC. We're not good enough offensively. We're not good enough at quarterback. We don't have a deep enough offensive roster. Derrick Henry's getting old. Contract's about done. Maybe it's time to move him. So you're going to start seeing the honest NFL. We saw it Philly, Miami. We saw it again, Buffalo, Tampa. So how about Dame? 39 last night. So down the stretch last night is exactly and precisely why Milwaukee got Dame. A minute 13 left, 30-footer, bang, and he ices it. Now, the Bucs are going to be smaller with Dame. They won't be as dominant defensively. But if the biggest team in the NBA won championships all the time, the Sixers would have all sorts of trophies. Defensively, you don't have to be the best team. You need shot makers late in games. You need a Steph. You need a LeBron. You need a Tatum. You need a Murray, a Jokic. That's what you need. 3 minutes left. Lillard had a and one. He had a 30-footer. He had free throws. Thanks for flying, United. Good night. That's why they got it. The last couple of years, the Bucks have been big and rim protectors and dominant physically. And they look slow. Dame gives them some twitch. That's what they need. They can be a little smaller. They don't have to be as dominant defensively. So much of sports, let's be totally honest about this, because most teams don't win a championship. So much of sports is all of us trying to convince ourselves B guys or A guys. Anytime I'd criticize Chris Middleton, come on, you don't know what you're talking about. Did you see him on the floor with Dame last night? 39 points and 6. He's already on a minutes restriction. If Chris Middleton was an A, then Giannis wouldn't have threatened to leave. The minute, 6 possessions, Dame Middleton on the floor. That ain't close, bro. You're not going to build around Daniel Jones. His backup, Tyrod Taylor's better than he is. Stop convincing yourself B guys or A guys. Because when you get Dame on the floor with Giannis, you score, I score, you score, I score, you score, I score. It's late, give me the ball. Boom, 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 and 1, 3 free throws by. That's what an A looks like. And by the way, Dame wanted out of Portland. Why? He liked his teammates. They were Bs. Giannis, I'm leaving unless I get more help, gets an A. So for it to be, it literally, they'll get better. It did feel a little bit like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Chemistry is going to take some time here. But when you watched Dame last night, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, that's why you went and got him. There's not 10 guys in the world playing basketball. You got your Luka, you got your Steph. There's not 10. Maybe there's 6, and Dame's one of them. I need a basket. I need a big 3. I'm telling you, folks, the number of people, it's Steph, it's Dame, it's Luka. That list gets really short really fast. And so the reason Dame left Portland and Giannis was about to leave Milwaukee, now they play together, and you can see it instantly. Who cares if they're not as big or not as great defensively? And they won't be. Who cares? They will be a better team with 3 minutes left. You know, I know people sometimes bristle at my love for mobility. Wasn't that fun last night? Like, solved a problem. Portland's going to be fine, just not this year. Like, Milwaukee for years been talking themselves into stuff. But Giannis is now getting to the end of his prime. Probably has about 2 more prime years. Then he's an older player. Steph is out of his prime. There are things they can do. There are things they can't. So Steph needs things that he didn't need 5 years ago. And Giannis is about a year away from needing things that he can't do what he could do 4 years ago, right? Like, Giannis is still in his prime, but that 5 or 6 jet fuel years, it's just like LeBron. LeBron's been trying to pass that baton to AD for years. He just won't take it. So that last night is why you make the move, and the chemistry will get better, but you took a little away on the defensive side in size, but what you get at the end of games, more than worth it, and you saw it in Game 1. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.